welcome to a UK versus card market update. I'm once again joined by Richard of Card Goblin. It's been a couple of weeks since regionals. How's things been?
Very busy. It's been a couple of weeks. Now I think 2 weeks, give or take, 2 weeks tomorrow. It felt like yesterday. It's been nothing but kind of crazy for us since then. It's only been like the last day or so that I've pretty much got most of the cards back onto the site.
That's really good. Then I've seen you've got a load of new stock in. Is that from regionals or is that more stock you've been opening? Because I've seen you've got Battle Lore releases, Black Abysses hanging around. You've got a lot of the high demand cards.
Yeah, so that was all mostly brought at regionals. Some of it would have been from boxes we opened at regionals. All of it is from regionals. It depends where it came from. Most of it would be from boxes. Some of it will be from what we traded in. But yeah, most of it would have been from regionals. And it's done as well. I'm happy that we've actually got stock in the site because we've gone for, before the regional, it felt like at least a month, even more for me at least. We felt a bit barren when it came to cardboard. So I'm pretty happy that there is things on the site, and we will be potentially, after Attack on Titan, maybe doing some more trade-ins and things.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, the month before regionals will be people highly buying up items because regionals are coming. But I think Attack on Titan singles are going to fly out because the biggest thing I've heard from a lot of people is with the size of the set, they're not as interested in buying boxes. They want to buy singles.
The set is huge, and we are painfully aware of how big it is. I'm going to be honest, for us, Attack on Titan is the biggest thing we've ever made an order for as a business. Like, we're sinking a couple thousand into Attack on Titan for release. There is a panic when you place an order that big, worrying about it. Will it sell? There's not been an issue with sales for us in terms of Attack on Titan. Like, booster boxes have flown out the door. Its singles will also most likely do the exact same thing once they get up.
You plan on giving the community all your chromes again this set?
Knowing me, I'll likely end up... I'm planning on opening... People wonder how many cases I open. I'll probably end up opening about between 4 and 5 cases for Attack on Titan to begin with the plan to definitely open more as I go on. But knowing my luck, I'll likely give away the chromes, which is fine. It's really funny how many people come up to me in regionals. It's like, hi, do you want to buy this chrome that we pulled from one of your boxes? I'm like...
I mean, the first person to pull a Mikasa chrome has got to be straight into your DMs.
If I could get a chrome for myself, it would be between Mikasa and Levi. Sadly, I won't keep any of the chromes for myself. I can't justify it. If I could keep any of them, it would be the Mikasa or the Levi.
They're really, really nice. I've ordered 6 boxes from you. I've got a case from my locals as well because, as I said, it's a huge set, and I'm also chasing the chromes because I do want a Mikasa with a little chibi Mikasa on there. I think that's just great.
Yes. The signature is so good.
It's crazy because of how little the author actually signs and how hard UVS actually had to work.
You see the signature and you go, oh, that's really cool. But the understanding now that it, like, how rare it actually is kind of insane.
Post-regionals, what's been flying out the door?
So there's always a bit of a dry spell after a regional due to a lot of people would have brought stuff when they were at the regional. But most likely, having a quick scan through here, probably the highest selling card. It's a bit of an odd one. It's probably going to be a Girl Power rare or a Girl Power ultra rare due to the fact that we haven't had a lot of it on since release.
I know with all the reveals for kicking stuff out your card pool or ignoring progressive, that the 80% has gone right up in people's evaluations. So I imagine if you still had any of those after regionals, that they were flying out.
I uploaded some today, but I already know a lot of the 80% have sold. The 8% smashes, because people really wanted those. I don't think there's any more left on the site. Like, I know Mr. Girl Power Ultra Rares are mostly sold out again, which is... It's a constant uphill battle.
We did hear from Greg last week that his case did have a few powerful and expensive cards in there for you when you got it off him.
Yes, it had. I think it had a total of 3 Black Abysses in it.
The alt-out Black Abysses you have on there for about 60 quid.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's an expensive piece of cardboard. Definitely, but a card that we've had a lot of interest from people has been Toga, the Chrome. To be specific.
That's fair.
A lot of people have messaged about that. I've had quite a few just be like, what's the best we can do on Toga?
How much would Toga be once they use the new discount code that's running for the week?
I think it's about 380 once the 15%.
That's not too bad. That's
so if you keep an eye on that Chrome and you're like, oh, it's just a little bit expensive, then
as we've naturally segued into it, you've got a 15% off running with a code for the next week.
It's not just off Universus, it is off everything, every card game, every single for each card game on the site. So just for singles, not for sealed product, but yeah, give you a little in-depth to future plans. In roughly 2 months, it'll be Card Goblin's first birthday.
Hey!
So, keep an eye out. I do plan to do some sales.
In just over 2 months, so again, it coincides with the month of regionals.
My birthday, Card Goblin's birthday, and Tom's birthday are all within the same week.
I mean, if we're going to have to speak to Sean, we're going to have to get like a Card Goblin Friday side event going on before the regionals.
Just going to have a huge badge just glued onto me.
We do a Friday Card Goblin birthday Beyblade battle.
Honestly, could do. I know my initial plans for the birthday thing for Card Goblin is probably, I want it to be something that the community can take part of, and it can also give. I want it to be some form of like charity thing.
Yeah.
Be like a raffle.
So like make a weekend of charity events.
As I say, it's very early stages for me in terms of thinking about it, but I'm more than happy to.
I'll make sure not to run away with this idea like I did with the 1,000 cards for new players.
No, the 1,000 cards idea was fine. In terms of, like, as I say, coming back to the sales side of things, the highest selling cards have probably been like Girl Power, just rares in general, because I think people are finishing off their play sets and also getting cards that they need for Attack on Titan. Like, I know a lot of people are probably using the 15% off code to get whatever they need for their potential new deck that they will be building with Attack on Titan. I know a lot of people have been talking about like Rhino and Bearded Titan. I feel like Bearded Titan was one.
Oh, not Bearded Titan, but Beast Titan?
Beast Titan, there we go.
Rhino, Beast, maybe Bertolt, the Colossal Titan?
A lot of people spoke about using Colossal Titan regional.
How many DMs have you received about when Attack on Titan single is going to be on the store?
The earliest they'll be up, and I think this is I think the earliest we've got something up was for Girl Power was probably Saturday or Sunday, but I'm going to aim to try and get Attack on Titan up Friday, just because I know people really, really want it. Yeah, this is probably going to be the most orders I'll probably ship in a single day. There's definitely a few cards in there that I would like to try and make a deck for, because I've already stated that I'm kind of tempted to bring a deck along to next regional if I can potentially beat some of these big players. Looking at Greg, looking at you, looking at Connor Middlemass, Stephen Clacton.
Oh, he's going to be happy he got mentioned. He kind of always gets snubbed on these lists. Murray's going to rock up with 2 retro decks going, I'll show you how to play the game.
I'm excited to bring a deck along because I know I've been, and I think Tom's also been wanting to actually get down with the community in a more active manner in terms of like actually playing the game, which is something we want to do for sure. Yeah.
If you start playing the game, who's going to sell the singles? You're going to have to hire staff while you're playing in the events.
I mean, we won't play the regional yet. Yeah. Watch me top 8 at the next regional first time now. It's definitely something we want to do, and it's great. So I'm happy. I don't know if I stated it before, but the regional was a huge success for us, and like just in general, being able to hang out with people, being able to hang out with you and Kyle, and I want to say his name's Adam, but Andrew. I feel like it's Andrew. There we go. Andrew, and then the day before hanging out with Patriot and some other guys from the game it was really nice to be able to actually mingle instead of be the guys behind the table.
Well, it's a very welcoming community. I know some new players can kind of get a bit scared because we all know each other and we're all having that conversation, mm-hmm. But we're very welcoming to new members of the community, and I did make sure to go around and at regionals talking to new players, making sure they're having a good time. And Andrew said that the meal we had on Sunday with Guile and yourselves was one of his highlights of the weekend because he actually got to hear a lot more of the technical aspects and like a lot more of the behind the scenes of how the events actually run, which is very, very cool. But this is one of the things I've loved about having UVS there, about having you guys there, about having these in-person regionals as opposed to when the game first came out and it was all webcam based for us, mm-hmm. is that it helps feel a lot more legitimate. It helps just have that social aspect.
Yeah, no, I've stated it many times, but this regional felt very. The first regional for us was real, but like this one felt real. If that makes sense. Like this one had a feeling to it that was a bit different to the first one.
Yeah, no offense to Patriot as a started like one of the best stars in the country, but rocking up to a different venue and having like the big projectors, having the assigned area for streams, having like the all-encompassing space that you and Patriot had to sell, and having it all just be UVS dedicated rather than having other games going on at the same time, just helps it all feel a lot more regal and a lot more legitimate, like you're saying. And apart from like the Sunday when we had the constant Beyblading going on in the corner, made it very hard to record things.
I'll probably have to not bring the Beyblades next time. They might have been a bit much of a distraction.
I think the Beyblades were absolutely great, and I was going to say, I think Athena Games are now selling the Dronza Beyblade.
Oh, okay. Stop trying to get me to spend money.
And it was cool to have that kind of thing and have that kind of community engagement. And I know people like Reese and other stuff I absolutely love just sitting there after side events playing with the Beyblades. It's something that's very, very cool. Definitely. One last thing before we start to wrap up. The Dark Hero Arc Challenger Series. I know Andrew spent a lot of the time at the regional speaking, talking to you about those bad boys. How are they? How's pre-orders for those going?
Surprisingly well. I'm going to be honest. I usually don't expect pre-orders to really see much steam put closer to release, but the Dark Hero ones have kind of been selling continually. If that makes sense, like they haven't sold super quick, but like we get a 1 or 2 like pre-orders every couple of days for them. That reminds me, while I'm on here, just to mention, we are very aware that Tekken 8, is it Tekken 8? Tekken 8 decks, or just Tekken decks, are being released like 2 days before the regional. And because of this, I'm going to make a big post about it just so people are aware that we cannot guarantee that you will receive your decks before the event. But just heads up to those who are waiting for us to list those. That's why they haven't been listed yet, because I need to first kind of see what my options are. But all I can really say now is that we cannot 100% guarantee that you will receive your Tekken decks if you order through us before the regional.
Thanks for being here, Richard. It's going to be a bit harder to do these market updates while Flynn's off, but I'll let you do some wrap-up words and give any community messages that you've got left.
As I say, we've got the 15% discount, which will likely run when the Attack on Titan singles come out, so just keep that in mind. It's not guaranteed, though.
Is it a one-time use code?
It is a one-time use code. Unless, by the way, unless you use a different email, that is a way around it. But I do not endorse that.
And yet you keep telling people to do it.
Also, for anybody who is interested, we have just uploaded, literally while recording this with you, we have just uploaded our regional vlog, which is kind of giving you a bit more insight on how we operated during the regional.
Oh, that's cool.
If that's something people are interested in, so yeah.
I mean, yeah, I imagine people would be very interested to hear and see how you guys prepare for regionals and what your and kind of your perspective of regionals as we're playing. You're sort of like going over cards, looking at people doing, and just getting that kind of not really outside view, but that different perspective of a regionals from the that's not a player's perspective.
Yes, yeah. But other than that, it's just thank you for being you, I guess. It's been great.
Yeah, it's once again great having you here, Richard, and we'll try and catch up again next week. Have a great holiday.
You too. Well, yeah. You're not on holiday. I am, but yeah, thank you.